Hello and welcome back to the High School Sports Beat brought to you by Alfred State College. I'm Dave Yates. It is time now for the High School Notebook brought to you by Duncan. America runs on Duncan. And as always, we are joined by Matt Traybold. Matt, thanks for joining us once again.
Thanks for having me on.
So Matt, let's talk about Penfield girls basketball. One of their big guns down and out, but they're still going pretty well.
Yeah, so over the summer, Bailey Teal, who is a Fordham commit for Penfield, she is a star dribbler, does a lot of other things very, very well. Over the summer, like I was saying a second ago, she unfortunately comes down with a knee injury, a major one at that, so she still should be out a few more weeks here, and she's been out for their first month of the season as well. But speaking of that first month, hey, they don't have that big player, but they are still undefeated, even with that absence. That includes 2 wins right off the bat, 91 points combined against Fairport, against Rush Henrietta. Rush Henrietta has been a pretty good program over the years. Nyara Simmons, speaking of the front court, senior front court player, she is really picking up the slack to a certain degree, but she was a go-to option last year, even more so now for Mark Vogt and his staff. And then you just kind of add in Jessica Ranieri, known most for field hockey in terms of the Penfield Patriots athletic program, but she's really picking up a lot of the slack without that Bailey Teal power coming out of the backcourt. So you have a lot of good senior leadership making up for it. And then a junior in 6'1", Haley Emick, she provides some very good height, some game-changing height at that. When you go to these games, the first thing you really realize watching them, you notice that they're so well coached by Mark Vogt and his staff, and they're such a cohesive team unit under that tutelage, especially with their ball movement.
It's kind of scary to think when she gets back what they're going to be like. Another team that's been in the headlines for a while is the BK girls, and they're back at it again.
Yeah, and they, like Bailey Teal, they have a really big absence right now. Mariana Freeman, who is a future D1 starting point guard, just like Bailey Teal, she is also dealing with something, so she, very inspiring fighter, but she might have to be out another month or so. This team, though, is so deep, and they're really making up for it. They have a 7th grader right now who's picking up a lot of that slack and picking up a lot of the duties at the 1 spot for Mariana Freeman. Clarissa Good, her father is the coach of the boys basketball team there, Kevin Good. And this team, BK girls basketball under Shepard, really just seems like they always have middle schoolers contributing on the varsity level. Very impressive ones at that. Clarissa is the younger sister of Kaya Good, another big-time guard in this team. On the wing, Camille Wright had to miss a lot of time a season ago. She was injured, but she is back scoring a lot right now. She's on the court, seems to be really kind of taking that hurdle she had last year and riding really well with it right now. And you look up front, Sanaya Wilson, she is really how that front court goes. It's a really big front court, and she is number 12 on the ESPN recruiting rankings for forwards. She is a national name, wow. The class of 2021. And then you add in, on top of that, Taylor Norris is somebody who's been in this program for a little bit. She seems to be a D1 caliber talent as well.
Amazing. Great stuff, Matt. Always a fun time of year. Thanks for joining us. We're back with more of the High School Sports Beat brought to you by Alfred State College right after this.